The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers.
They'll be led out by Mr. Irrelevant in the 2022 draft, a guy with something to prove, Iowa State's career passing leader. And that's Brock Purdy. Purdy to throw it on first down.
Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
15 for the Niners there and a first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here's Purdy.
Over the middle, complete to Samuel.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. The Niners at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they come in off a disappointment last time out. That put an end to their modest 3-game win streak.
And it always hurts when you lose a tight game, as they did a week ago. I think each player starts thinking to himself, if I could have played better one play here, one play there, maybe it could have changed this team's fortunes. But it absolutely illustrates how important it is to play a complete game if you want to win in the NFL.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Purdy, the first catch of the game for George Kittle.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Well, this is what you want to see from your rookie quarterback on an opening drive, Charles. He looks cool, he looks calm, he looks collected in marching them down the field.
And, Brandon, I just think the game continues to change and evolve because we're calling these guys rookies. But, you know, they've thrown the football so much at a younger level now, way more so than what we saw when guys came into the league when you and I came through.
And also just the way, in particular to him, Charles, how he handles himself in meetings, just so professional, mature. Looks like he's been in the league 5 years.
Yeah, he cares about the game. He cares about his performance, and it's showing.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Throwing here, Purdy.
And it's caught. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence and allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
We see Carolina's offense getting set for their first possession here, and at quarterback, his 2nd season with the Panthers, Sam Darnold.
On first down, Darnold. Over the middle, complete. That's Thomas. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. To throw is Darnold. And he'll go right back to Thomas, complete again. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Carolina. Ian Thomas, his first touchdown on the year.
the Panthers have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season. Right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, they get downfield creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Darnold's throw here into the hands of Moore.
He's at the 50. He's at the 30.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again.
And he's going to be knocked down just outside the 10.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. They still can't get it. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. The kick by Pinheiro is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun, Purdy
Completes it to Samuel.
And he is going to have a 49ers first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
61 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Purdy.
He's got the hook up to McLeod.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Purdy.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 5 now.
Purdy, the quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. The kick by Gould is good, and that'll bring him back within 4.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Taken in at the 3. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
So here are the Panthers set to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Darnold. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Here's Foreman.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They run again with Foreman. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2021 saw a resurgence of Foreman, a sleeper prospect in 2017 who never broke through in Houston. In the wake of Derrick Henry's injury in Tennessee, Foreman stepped up to lead the Titans' backfield. He ended up putting up over 560 yards. In Carolina, they were quick to add him to their offense.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
goes. The 49ers get there.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
He'll find more on the comeback route.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away.
Back deep, Ray McCloud.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up?
Another run with McCaffrey on second down.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. The Niners on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
Purdy now to throw.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10.
Coming up in prime time here in Week 5, a couple of division rivalries on the docket. Beginning tonight in the AFC North with the Bengals and Ravens from Baltimore at 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, Raiders and Chiefs from Arrowhead in the AFC West.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Foreman. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down.
That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack.
So on now is Johnny Hekker to punt this one away.
McCloud to return it.
It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with a run so far. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
84 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
Over the middle, that's caught by McCloud. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Play action, now Purdy. That's complete, it's Brandon Ayuk. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Catch by Brandon Ayuk there, and you can see the potential he has to be a big-time playmaker. Over 800 yards as an NFL sophomore, still chasing that first 1,000-yard season. Nice catch there to move the chains.
Brought down at the 20. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Throwing on 2nd and 8.
Purdy. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. On 1st down, Purdy.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
Brian Burns flying in there and dropping it for the sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now on 2nd and 16. Purdy complete to the tight end Kittle over the middle of the field. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Gets this one to Juszczyk. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Carolina getting set to take the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that challenge is a successful one.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Back to throw, Darnold.
That's into the hands of Khalif Raymond.
The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10.
And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 6-point game. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. A slim deficit here, 1 possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
The drive starts with Foreman on the ground. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Darnold trying to hustle everybody along with the clock moving.
At the 27-yard line.
They'll throw now on the final play.
Over the middle, complete into the hands of Trimble.
So we have reached halftime here with a visit.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
Welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. But the Panthers ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Darnold from the gun. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Johnny Hekker now as he's on to punt for Carolina. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
Here's McLeod on the return.
A good return there, call it 13 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They were losers a week ago to the Rams, but they got the lead right now as they start this drive 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Purdy looking to throw.
And incomplete on the deep ball. And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. Open man is Juwan Jennings. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he is going to have a 49ers first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! George Kittle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz. And the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Credit on that one defensively goes to Ambry Thomas.
Here's Johnny Hekker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is fielded at the 27.
A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And the 49ers getting set to trot out there.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again. But we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
McCaffrey running up the middle.
Down to about the 37.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
Purdy from the gun on 3rd down.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and the lead will hold at 13.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Darnold, and this is going to be incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Thomas has got it, complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on third down. Darnold to throw again. They'll drop that down to Hubbard. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A carry for Foreman. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They need to get this to the 24 on third down. Here's Darnold. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Thomas. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Brought down at the 20.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think a little bit sooner, by the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
A gain of 5. And the 49ers first down.
On first down, it's Purdy. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL. And we're back now in Charlotte. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the gut, McCaffrey. It's from 7 on a 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
A handoff left, McCaffrey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. A officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 27-yard line.
A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now here comes Ayuk on the jet sweep.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown.
Brandon Ayuk, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
On first down, it's Darnold.
That'll be caught right side. Shenault with it.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And he wisely will throw that one away.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense so far on third down, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout that's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings us 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And able to haul it in is Kittle.
And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Purdy looking to throw on first down here.
This is caught. Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel, a 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Niners are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Gold with the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. So that drive, 4 plays.
And it's Deebo Samuel who caps things with a touchdown reception.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Darnold now to throw. He throws and he hits the slant route to top. Now a loose football. The ball comes out and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure.
After review of the play,
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
On 1st down, Darnold over the middle, complete. That's Hubbard.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 49.
To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold.
They'll run the screen with Hubbard.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
From the 50, it's Darnold.
Open man, it's Raymond. He's got it.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 41-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again is Darnold.
Connection made with Shenault. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Foreman. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Now it's Darnold. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun, Purdy.
Completes it to Samuel.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Give him 32 on the play.
It's a gain of 32. And the 49ers first down.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more.
Yetur Gross-Matos there to bring him down.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Back to throw, Purdy.
Got his target, Samuel, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Gold able to tack on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo
exactly.
going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly.